Welcome back to News Insights again, and of course I still have my wonderful men with me in the studio. And of course we want to look at Edo. We heard that INEC has kicked out Labour Party in the 2027 game. So we look at it. Is this a threat to the election, or is it that it's already a done deal for the other party, because you know the obedience, you know what Peter Obi carries, and for them to be kicked, for Labour Party to be kicked out by INEC, what would that portend for the coming election?
Yes, there's a by-election into the central seat of the Edo Central and the Ovia Federal Constituency, who are now the governor and deputy governor respectively.
Yes.
And the INEC, Independent Electoral Commission, has fixed August 16th for the by-elections. Parties were called upon to submit the list of their candidates. Primaries were conducted and lists were submitted. But INEC is saying that the Labour Party do not conduct a proper primaries. They were neither invited to witness their primaries as required by law, or when they went to the venue were locked and there were nobody. This is INEC's claim.
Their own statement.
Their own statement. But Labour Party is saying that they did the right thing and they submit their list and their candidate is not published as one of those who are contesting for the by-election. But INEC is saying that no, you have not done the right thing. If you had done the right thing, we would have put out your name there. So the question you asked, what does it portend to 2027 general election? If you see the topic we just finished discussing, the former minority leader who is an APC stalwart, had told the world, not only the nation, that the APC will do everything possible for the opposition.
So does that buttress what INEC is doing?
Yes. So it shows clearly that there's something. What we're seeing now is a tip of the iceberg.
Something in the offing.
Yeah, that this is what they will do to the opposition. Some time ago, the city governor of Edo State, person of Senator Mode Ebolo, had warned Obi not to come to Edo State. That if he comes to Edo State without his permission, it is at his own risk. But to avoid fracas, to carry out his word, and maybe in a subtle way, there is no way Labour Party will be on the by-election that Obi will not come and campaign for the candidate
as the leader of the
party. So to avoid that, the best thing to do is to use government instrument, as Aliyu had already told us. He will tell us it's politics, because they have the instrument of government in their disposal to remove Labour Party, so that Obebolo would not have to do anything to stop Obi from coming to.
And do you think INEC listening to what Aliyu is saying, or listening to the governor?
So that if you ask me that, I will answer you in clear terms. Before Aliyu comes to say it in the open, it has already been sealed behind. You wouldn't say, if you ask me whether INEC is listening or not listening, I will tell you INEC has been instructed. Because tell me one reason why you should not allow Labour Party candidate to be in the ballot paper, but with flimsy excuses that you were not invited to witness their primaries. Is there any political party that do not know that INEC were to be invited to watch their primaries?
Okay, Honorable, from what he said, I like us to look at it. Labour Party is in disarray. The house is not in order. No, it's only expected that a house that is not in order, you don't need to be afraid of them. For INEC to have kicked Labour out of the forthcoming by-election, does that mean that even in disarray, they are still afraid of Labour?
Well, you see, as much as some of us are not very comfortable with the way the elections in Nigeria are being piloted by INEC, with so many records, so many things we have against how they have taken so much money, and up to today they give us flimsy excuses why we cannot still have the electoral reform, which would have allowed us to, as you casting your vote, you'll be seeing the results. You don't need to wait for somebody to collect, to do coalition before they come and announce what they feel they can announce, which has always been the major problem that leads again to our judiciary now coming to decide our fate. We must also understand that there are guidelines to everything. I was privileged to be an acting national secretary of a political party registered in Nigeria, and then there are procedures to which candidates emerge for every election.
Okay.
You see, you give INEC. Normally, the party hierarchy gives INEC 21 days notice. Intention, notice of intentions to contest for any election. The fact that there's a political party does not mean you must have an automatic room to be given to bring a candidate and you will just contest. If you allow it, with the kind of mindset Nigerians have, you will be very surprised that anybody can wake up and print whatever and go to INEC that is contested under any party. So you see, you are supposed to submit the list of your candidate 21 days, and in between that 21 days you still have 7 days to that last date to either make a change of venue, change of time for whatever reasons, written to INEC. And every document submitted to INEC when I was in acting capacity, will always be stamped that you have your own copy, INEC have their copy. So if Labour Party did not do this, INEC cannot be blamed for omitting Labour Party in the coming election, except when Labour Party is able to come, because like I mentioned, whoever go to INEC office to submit list will have a duplicate stamped. In EPM, Electoral Monitoring Department in INEC, you have a duplicate, you have an evidence that you submitted, and once this is submitted, INEC will communicate to you and send representatives, because the INEC officials normally will go to every primaries, whatever location, paid by INEC anyway. They must have a representative from legal department and election monitoring department to come and conduct the primaries. It is not even the parties that submit the list of candidates. It is the report that INEC leave that primary election from. It is the result that is submitted to INEC, and that result again is in two ways. As they finish, they will give one to the party officials that were there, and then INEC will go on, and everybody signed. So there is not a hidden thing. Now, what INEC submit to their office is what they upload as their candidate for that election. So if Labour Party fail to do that at the time frame, even if they conducted primaries without INEC of representative as observers
present,
it's never valid.
Okay.
If you allow such a candidate, even if you win that election, any other party that understand, that know about this, take them to the court and it's taken off. So INEC take care of these things from the beginning, not to allow waste of national funds.
I think with this clarification from you, we already have like a background. Now let's look at it from this point. Could it be that really Labour Party did not put their house in order for them to have invited INEC or to carry INEC along? Could it also be that they done this, but the same thought of the ruling party against the opposition is in play?
You see, you can deduce from it. You see, this same Labour Party have candidates accepted by INEC in other bias elections, especially the Anambra State governorship election that is slated for November this year. This same Labour Party hierarchy leadership have been submitting lists, have been conducting primaries for election conducted by INEC. That goes to show that they are aware and well equipped with the requirement, as and portrayed by my good friend. So the question is, in a Edo State by-election, what happened? Yes, we may not have the facts whether things were done properly or not, but from our experience and having the same leadership of Labour Party under Julius Aburi, who had conducted primaries and submitted lists to INEC, it will be very hard to believe that Labour Party do not follow the necessary laid down procedure.
But whatever if it's possible.
No. I said it will be hard to believe, because they know this procedure and they have been following this procedure. But that's why I said the facts are not before us. We might not be, we are not too sure whether they actually did or not. But the question is, why Edo State? Like they always said, if at all, crowd at night and in the morning shine past, the accusing finger will be directly pointed to where it's coming from.
So the accusing finger is on
the APC and the
Okpebholo,
because the APC has said that they will make sure no opposition party had a candidate come 2027, and this is the prelude to 2027.
So I don't want us to think maybe you are correct or you are wrong, but I saw you raise your hand.
Yes.
But the thing is, what if, like I want to us to answer this, what if the Labour Party failed to do the right thing?
Certainly, I will not be surprised if they fail to do. Remember, Labour Party have been having a national crisis.
Exactly.
In terms of who are piloting their affairs. What INEC has again clearly here is this: even if a Labour Party fraction submitted, and it's not the one that is recognized by INEC will not recognize, and INEC will not have even sent representatives for that primary. Like I mentioned, if Labour Party wrote INEC 21 days before the expiration of that, they normally give guideline and date. If they were written, definitely I expect they would have sent representatives to monitor the primaries. If INEC did not send representatives to monitor primaries of Labour Party in Edo State for the coming by-election, Labour Party automatically, by guidelines, by law, cannot participate in that election until they come out to tell the whole world that no, we submitted and INEC sent so person. Because they don't send spirit. Whoever is sent to your primary,
yes,
you have, because you're supposed to take care of their accommodation and their security. You know ahead of time that so person, so number of people, INEC staff are come, because you give them address, location and time, and they also tell you when they will be there, and that time you give them. I don't think INEC had ever failed in that aspect.
Well,
from my experience,
he responded. He like when he was analyzing, he made mention that there's, when you submit your application, it's received, and you have a copy. So I am not holding brief for Labour Party, but I am speaking from what the ordinary Nigerian fees from
the language,
from the what is coming from the size of the.
So that's like a conclusion.
So like my conclusion is that.
No, that's like a conclusion,
yes,
from the body language.
Yes,
it's just a total conclusion.
So if it is the onus is on now Labour Party to come up with proof, because I also know if Labour Party wrote to INEC and INEC stamp received and they have a duplicate, if they don't, if INEC one way or the other refuse to come and monitor their election by way of punishing Labour Party, like I said, if from the person whose name is on INEC portal, Labour Party can go to court by way of mandamus to compare INEC
to take their candidates.
To take their candidates. So we don't have the all the details, but from what we have before us, it is clear that APC is already acting on the script they've already written against 2027.
It's okay. So, and of course, one good thing about the Labour Party is you will definitely get to hear from them. They don't allow things to just sweep under the carpet. But News Insight will be right back in a short while. Just stay with us.